Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy if you're new here. So for today, I'm gonna do another Q&A because you guys have been having a lot of questions for me lately, which is great. The first question is by BBH2. Hi Amy, loving your Q&A videos. Thank you so much. Would you mind showing us your earrings collection? I feel that whenever I go for a piece of jewelry, I tend to go for earrings rather than bracelets or necklaces. I do like necklaces too, but I definitely am a lover of earrings and rings in general, most and foremost. So I have a nice small collection of luxury costume jewelry, so Chanel, Dior. So if you guys want me to do an updated video, let me know down below. But I actually do have a video of my entire collection of jewelry, or costume jewelry I should say, luxury costume jewelry already that I filmed back in, I think either in October or November, so it's fairly recent. Obviously I did add a few pieces here and there in between, so you guys can watch that video first, and if you feel like you still want to see an updated version, just let me know down below. The next question is by Miriam Maya. Do you think that LV bags are worth buying? It is common knowledge that LV is part of the big three brands. At least I think so anyway. It is fairly safe to say that if you buy LV bags that they sort of keep their value in general pretty well. Obviously it depends on which bag you go for. If you go for the popular bags, the really in high demand bags, those will definitely keep their value much better than the ones that are not as popular. And of course I'm talking about Speedies, Neverfulls, there's the Palm Springs Mini, Pochette Metis. I think the Neo Noe is awesome. Like a lot of those bags that everybody kind of has them. They're really popular for a good reason because they're really comfortable, they're very durable, and they look really great. And monogram canvas, or even just like any canvas or leather material that LV uses, is quite iconic. They have a good reputation for a good reason. Generally speaking, I do think that LV is a fairly safe brand to buy bags from. They are really great bags. I think their canvas bags are known to be very durable and just really hard wearing in general. Despite quality issues, I think every brand has their sort of own quality issues, and some are just better at it than others. Also, I feel that LV does sort of maintain a really good level of post customer service. So if you need repairs or the warranty, they're usually a little bit more flexible in my opinion. I feel like they will take care of me if need be, if I have issues with any of the bags that I buy. Luckily there hasn't been like that many, so that's great. So yeah, I guess it is a really good brand to buy in my opinion for myself, and I do like their bags. But I also love a lot of other brands, and that is the reason why you've been seeing me branching out throughout the last couple years, I suppose, of me being on YouTube, that I'm loving and loving more of other brands. If you're talking about in terms of like resale value or investment, but even though you can't really call it an investment because yeah, we should not buy bags to resell for the sole purpose of making profit. I mean, some people do that, but I think if you truly love a bag, or if you truly love something, it doesn't have to be a bag, that you buy it because you truly love it. So yeah, in terms of resale value, I do think that LV is quite good, and it's a really good price point for a larger population as well, as opposed to Chanel and Hermes, for example. Their bags are definitely a lot more expensive. The next question is by Blessed Me. What is your thought about the new LV bum bag? It is definitely more trendy right now. It's a very it bag style right now. So my opinion is that I think it's great. I love the trend. Will I actually buy one for myself? Probably not, because I feel like I don't need a luxury bum bag. I have bum bags, as in I do have the types of, like, you know, the waist bags, or like you know, the fanny packs. I have them, but mine are made of nylon and I'm really happy with them, so I do wear them. It's just that I feel like I don't really need an LV one or a Gucci one. I think it's really cool though. If you're into it, I do think that the LV one is such a cool one to get, and you should go for it if you love it. Supermaz, I think that's your name. Why did you sell your Chanel Deauville? So in my last Q&A, I kind of briefly said that you know, the only bag that I sold recently is my Chanel Deauville. As much as I love the Deauville tote, and it took me forever to find one, it was very difficult to get a hold of. Despite all that, I still let it go simply because I wasn't reaching for it. And at first, I guess I bought it because I thought it was such a cool bag. I think it's still a cool bag. I wish that I can just keep everything that I accumulate, but then I become a hoarder, and I just am not really a fan of the idea of letting, you know, a couple $1,000 or $3,000 sit in a corner not being used. And sure, I will make myself use it maybe once in a blue moon, so I'll force myself to use it. Like, let's just say that I use it a handful of times per year. That's just not enough for me to justify keeping it. I do really miss it in a sense that I love the denim and the orange combination, and just how cool it looks when I carry it. But other than that, if I'm not going to carry it a lot or often enough, then I can't justify it. The next question is by CatN888. What are your thoughts on the LV Petite Malle and the small boy bag? They're very different bags, so let's talk about the Petite Malle first. From personally trying it out in the store as well as watching other people's reviews on it, it really doesn't fit much. I think if you have a smaller phone, then it will fit in it, and then you can maybe put like your keys, and that's pretty much it, and maybe like a lippy. So it's a really small capacity trunk shape clutch. I think it looks super cool though, and I really think that it elevates an elegant outfit or an elegant sort of dress for like a really fancy evening. But I think that it's not a really practical bag, and I definitely think that it's more of a dressy, like really fancy bag. The boy bag is more casual, but I do think that it's more versatile. Now, the small size is quite tiny as well, so I think in terms of capacity, they might be similar. The boy bag might be slightly better. If you were to ask me which one I would prefer picking, I think I would go with the boy bag, just because personally I don't have that many fancy events to attend. The other thing to point out as well is that the Petite Malle does not retain its value. They cost somewhere around $6,000–7,000 Canadian, and that's pretty outrageous for a little trunk bag. Obviously, they are a work of art, so they're amazing. But if you were to regret your purchase and try to resell it, then it doesn't really retain its value. I've seen some that are in the market for maybe, I think, 60 or 70% of the value of the current retail. So that's something that will probably deter a lot of people. So I think that's probably a bag that you would buy because you love it. Whereas the boy bag, I feel like it's definitely more versatile. It's definitely more casual. Because it's more casual, I feel that you can definitely make more use out of it, especially if your lifestyle is more on the casual side. Hopefully that answers your question, because I always try to talk about just the style in general, but also I know a lot of people, a lot of us think about the resale value, or just in general whether our bags, you know, will just be worth nothing if we decide to retire them. So yeah, hopefully that helps. The next question is by Estelle. Can I ask you to do a review of your PCV clear bag when you receive it? Here it is. So it came pretty well packaged from Amazon. This is the Amazon version. It had a bunch of, you know, air papers and just wrapping. It also came with like one of these sort of dust bag. It's not really a, it's more like a, yeah, it's like that. That's the dust bag that it came in. It also had this air paper inside the bag so that it wouldn't deflate it or just make it all wonky when it arrives. So it was really well packaged. I'll put the link down below if any of you are interested. I have good things to say about it as well as not so good things to say about it, and just at the end I guess I'll tell you my general feeling about it. And obviously those are my personal opinion about how I feel when I carry this bag. So the good things are that I do feel that it is well made, in a sense that I do think that they use fair material. So like the plastic is quite thick, and it's one of those plastic that is like sticky. So like for instance, like the back if you were to try to open it. It's like really sticky, which is a good type of plastic. The piping, they use a synthetic man-made faux leather material, and it's pretty nice actually. The hardware is okay. It's not like, you know, it's not high-end quality or anything, but it's fine. It's you get what you pay for, obviously. So this bag is actually quite roomy. I do like that it's really roomy. The things that I don't quite like as much is that obviously I know that I'm getting what I paid for. For instance, if you just look at this bag, I don't know if you can see, but like this turn lock here is kind of crooked. It doesn't look straight. Yeah, it just doesn't look straight. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm pretty sure you can. The craftsmanship is alright, you know. It's not terrible, but the finishing here on the, you know, the loop where it ends and begins, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the chain is digging into me, and I don't know if it's because of this part. If I run my finger through here, the plastic here, the raw edges, it's not completely smooth. Overall, the feel and the quality of the bag and the craftsmanship is, you know, you are getting what you pay for. Obviously, I think it's great that this is available for people who love the trend, such as myself. I kind of got sucked into the trend. I admit that I kind of dig it. On the other hand, I don't know if I will actually really wear the bag that often or ever again, just because I mean, I wore it once. It was fine. It takes beautiful pictures, but I just didn't have feels for it. It didn't bring me the same type of joy as I do when I wear my other bags, all my beautiful bags that I could have worn instead of this one. So I think, you know, I think you guys know what I mean.
I do find it a bit hard to close because sometimes when the plastic is sticky, then you kind of have to like really move the flap and really aim it for the closure and close it. I mean, those are little details and it's not the end of the world, but I'm just pointing that out. But otherwise, it's really cute. If you're wondering about the strap drop, it is 10 inches if you double it up, and 18 inches if you are doing crossbody. I saw that Andrea also ordered it on Instagram and 48 California. So yeah, I was definitely sucked into it too.
Everybody will have a different opinion, and even if you go through my Instagram posts and you read everyone's comments, there's a lot of positive and there's a lot of negative as well. So it's definitely a very polarizing sort of group of peoples, and it's normal because not all of us will have the same opinion. I accept both sides, but at the same time, I guess personally for myself, even though I got this bag and I think that it's good, you know, it's good to have something to play with, I just don't know if I'll wear it again. The next question is by Sarah86. Hi Amy, what do you recommend? The classic medium large flap or the small coco handle if you were to choose only one? By the way, I am a mom of 3. The small coco handle is an amazing bag. It fits as much as a jumbo size flap. And so it's super roomy and it's a single flap, so it's probably easier to get in and out of. It has this great crossbody strap. Well, at least it works really well on me crossbody. I think for a lot of people it does too, because it is longer than the medium large classic flap. And it just has this beautiful sort of classic shape to it with the handle. So I do think that it's a really versatile bag for you as a mom. You can use it for the evenings, handheld, or on the crook of your arm, or you can be on the go, you know, hands-free and just wear it crossbody. And it fits a lot of stuff. So I do think that the coco handle is pretty versatile, probably for you. Now, having said that, like I mentioned last time, it is quite a larger bag, so if you want to keep it in super pristine condition, you gotta be a little bit more careful about the corners, because it does, you know, the size is quite large. It might bump into things, so as long as you don't mind that, and as long as, you know, you think that's a normal thing, which it is, then, you know, it's a great bag for you. For the medium large, I think it's a difficult decision, only because I almost feel like everybody should have a medium large. I feel like I should have a medium large even though I don't have one yet. It's it's just so classic and it's so versatile. I feel like it's the size where it's bigger than the mini flaps, which, you know, they're amazing, but they are very tiny. But it's not as big as a jumbo, so it's really, really good for like almost all occasion. You can wear it as a day bag, you can wear it for the evening, and I feel like it's such a great sort of in-between, very versatile style. Obviously it's not going to fit as much as the coco handle, so like if you're looking for more capacity on a daily sort of wear basis, then obviously I think the coco handle is much better. But if you're looking for something super classic that you'll keep forever and that you can obviously use on almost all occasions, then I do think that the medium large is an amazing bag. I suppose you really have to think hard, which one would you reach for more? And if you end up with something that you don't reach for as much, for example, if you love the medium large a lot more but you know that you won't reach for it as much, would you be okay with that? Because sometimes there are bags like that. You love them so much that you must have it, but you just know that you can't reach for it all the time because they're not everyday bags, or they're not as good of an everyday bag for your lifestyle. So hopefully that makes sense. The next question is by Almost Anna. Do you recommend pre-treating Vachetta leather? Can you recommend a product or spray? Thank you so much. I don't pre-treat any of my Vachetta bags. Currently I only have 2 Vachetta bags left. It is my Speedy B25 as well as my Neverfull MM. I've had my Neverfull MM a lot longer than my Speedy. In fact, I think I'm just gonna show you them. This is the Speedy B25 and this is the Neverfull. I have the Neverfull since 2015, I want to say around July, because yeah, that's what happened to me. I kind of like was umming and ahhing, and then I eventually bought it after the price increase, so it was kind of silly. So that's why I remember when exactly I got it. And then this one I got more recently. It was in 2017, so last year, during my Europe trip, so in June. So I got this just like less than a year ago, and then this one for 2.5 years now, almost 3 years. So as you can see, the patina is quite different. This one is a lot lighter. I don't pre-treat any of my Vachettas, so this was not pre-treated. The Speedy is not pre-treated either, and I just let them patina normally. My general rule of thumb for myself, I know everybody's different, but I recommend it to my friends, is that whenever I buy Vachetta bags, I basically almost don't really use them unless it's like sunny out and no chance of rain. And I kind of leave them on outside of their dust bags, just uncovered, for like months, like at least 3 months, I think. The longer the better, because the longer you just leave it oxidizing or being exposed inside your house, they do patina. But you'll see that a sheen develops and they become a little bit more shiny. And then obviously as months go by, then I'll use them more and more. And then even if it rains, then I don't mind it, because with that sheen, so that sheen coating, and also with your occasional use and you're handling the bag and your oils and everything, it will help the patina, as meaning it will kind of give it it will develop its own protection in a sense. It's kind of weird, it just works that way. After that point, even if you get rained on it or whatever, then it doesn't really show. I mean, it will show if you're really looking closely. Like I do see the, you know, the dots here, which are from rain probably, so I don't know if you can see it. So they are there, but from afar you can't see, and they're really not that bad because like I said, this is only 2.5–3 years old, and I'm sure if I wait even longer, like in 5 years or 10 years, you will probably even hardly see it, because the patina will be even more on the honey brown side. I love that property for Vachetta, and I think that that's why Vachetta bags are so beautiful. They become so carefree. So yeah, my rule of thumb personally, I mean, I didn't really learn it anywhere or anything. I just, you know, experienced it with all my Vachetta bags, is that I just leave them exposed for months at home, and I only use it when it's really nice out. And then once I feel like they've got that sheen, I know they're ready, and they're perfectly fine after that. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I can't recommend any sprays obviously because I don't use them. Not that I don't recommend them or anything. I know people have used sprays and they love that, but I'm just not one of them. The last question is by Farah Tequilo. I hope I pronounced it right. Would you buy the pochette Metis in the OnPoint Leather? And the answer is yes, absolutely. I think, like I said before, I still love the pochette Metis even though I don't have one anymore. Yeah, it's just a great bag. I only have one bag that is OnPoint, which is my Twice, and it's held up so well. Just to show you my Twice, but obviously it's not the same bag. So yeah, I do think that OnPoint Leather is amazing. I think that the bag itself is great, the leather is great, so the two combined together is awesome. Now if you were to ask me whether I would add the pochette Metis back in my collection, the answer is no at the moment, just because, yeah, like I said before in my last Q&A, is, you know, slew of issues, and then I just moved on. Basically I moved on to other bags, and I'm really into other brands as well. So right now I'm just enjoying everything else that I have. Last week I said that I would post my video with a collaboration with a company and a giveaway, and I didn't get the chance to do it. I'm so sorry about that, but I will post it simultaneously with this Q&A video. So you guys will see those two videos at least today, this Monday. Don't hesitate to let me know more questions if you want me to answer it in another video next time. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I would love to have you back. It's really easy. You just click on my face at the end screen. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye!